on the radar. Yo, joining me today from the beautiful state of Florida, I got my guy, Bizzy Crook, here with me. What up, bro?
What's poppin', bro?
Yo, new single, Dios Mio remix with French Montana out now. If there's one thing French
Yeah.
Montana's gonna do, it's gonna remix a fire record. Congratulations on all the success you've achieved so far. But first of all, I gotta ask you about this record, man. How did we get this record? How did it come to be? Tell me the story behind it.
Man, this record, so I did Dios Mios in Miami right before the club. We was doing a hosting, and I was like, yo, I want something at the club and play tonight. Bunch of girls in there. So I went in there and knocked that record out. I freestyled most of it, probably like 30 minutes. And then my man called me like 2 weeks later from French's crib, and he was like, yo, I just played this shit for French, bro. Like, send me an ASAP, like he's about to jump on it. And, they had their vibes going on, and then I sent it over, and French sent it back.
And we got the video on the way, too. Y'all about to go to the Bahamas to shoot the video for it.
Yeah, so, man, we about to go to the Bahamas and make a movie, man.
That's amazing. So
we about to make a movie.
So the connection with French, have y'all known each other prior to that, or was that just kind of like a situation set up by your people?
Yeah, now it was brand new. It was brand new. I mean, I've seen him around. We have a lot of mutual friends, but that was a brand new relationship.
Now, are you Hispanic at all?
Yeah, I'm Dominican and Cuban.
You're Dominican and Cuban. Okay, because I know you spent some time in Egypt as a kid, so I wasn't sure if there was if you were Egyptian too. So that's why I had to ask.
Yeah.
I wanted to. Go ahead.
People always think I'm Egyptian, but nah, I lived in Egypt because my father was a bodyguard for a royal family out there. So that was just it. Just work. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so with your heritage, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, this is big for you. Do you feel like after this record, you're like, maybe I gotta do a little bit more, add a little bit more Spanish stuff into my music?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'm already working on how to, get a little more bilingual with it. Because, it's just at the end of the day, I'm Dominican and Cuban for a long time. Like, so basically coming up, man, like different managers, they would tell me not to say I'm like Hispanic. Like they wouldn't let me say I'm Dominican and Cuban just because I guess they didn't know how to market it. So it was just kind of like weird. And then now if you look at it, like the Latin culture is so, is dominating.
Right. That's so weird to me how they wouldn't let you even do that, especially with, even how big like reggaeton and whatnot is like globally. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like a United States thing. It's like it's a world thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man.
But now you're at a point where obviously, you could fully rep your heritage and obviously make great records out of it. So for you, would you like want to do like, I don't know, like a reggaeton remix to the record? Like what would you really, now that you're in a place where you're like, I could do more Spanish music. What would you kind of want to do with that?
Yeah, so we was actually Jay Cortez was gonna jump on that. It was supposed to be me, French, and Jay Cortez.
Wow.
Then the whole COVID thing happened, and it was just kind of like, we about to be inside for the next year. So like, I kind of just put the record in a vault for a while, and then stuff started opening back up, and I'm like, yo, well, let me just put it out with French and just see what happens.
Right. And obviously the record's doing numbers. It was also on, of course, the project From Me to You. With that project that you dropped last year, which was so dope. And I also love how you got my guy, Raven Justice is on the project. I love Raven Justice. Shout out to the Bay. Tell me about this project. Like, what did you kind of want to do with this project and like the whole kind of theme behind it?
Yeah. So From Me to You was just like, man, it was just a transformational period in my life, dog. Just like, the album before, like the real album before that was called Before I Jump. Right. And I was just like in a dark place going through so many things, like, being broke in LA, struggling with, ecstasy addiction and drinking every single day, and then having a daughter on the way. And it was just like, I was just in such a dark place. And, like, everything just changed, bro. Like one day I kind of just made a decision, like, dog, like I'm about to bring a child into the world. So I don't want to manifest a dark environment to bring her up in. And, I kind of just changed the way I was thinking, bro. And From Me to You is just kind of like the story of that transformational period, and it was just me like letting go of certain relationships that were, that ran its course. And expectation from other people and kind of just watering myself, man, and just leveling up and bossing up and just not being a victim anymore.
Wow, that's amazing. I did not know all the stuff about the addiction with you. When it came to getting yourself
man.
out of that dark place, like, what do you feel like was whether did you go to therapy? Like, what kind of really helped you get out of that place? Of course, the music,
Man,
but aside from that.
yeah, man, people hear the music, bro, and as dark as that album was, they don't really know how close, like, you know, my thing was like, yo, I'm gonna really make this album and I'm gonna just, you know, I'm gonna really just, you know, just go through with it. Just because I looked at it like, man, you know, the music thing still hasn't really popped. You know, it's a lot of ups and downs. And I looked at it like, man, I'm about to have a daughter, and that's about to take away the freedom to pursue this. So I just felt like, man, this is all I know how to do. This is all I love doing. So I just felt like, man, like I'm gonna have to be that guy that gets a job and take care of his family. And I just know myself, man. Like if I'm just unhappy and I'm doing something I don't love, like depression can have a real strong effect on me. But man, it was just knowing I was gonna have a little girl, and it was kind of like a clean slate. So despite how my friends or how anybody looked at me as a failure or whatever, I knew that this was a new chance to. This was a new clean slate, and I knew this little girl was gonna look at me like whatever picture I painted for her.
Right. That's amazing.
And man, I just started grinding. I started hustling. I opened up my mind to more opportunities as an entrepreneur, and man, everything just started falling in place.
And you know, you're still independent, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Why did you decide to stay independent?
Man, to be honest, bro, I probably received like in my career probably like 20 different record deal offers at different point in times. Man, honestly, bro, it was just the fear of losing control. You know, I'm a control freak, bro. So I just looked at it like, man, right now, what allows me to still do whatever I do and move is like, if my manager's not moving, I'm gonna drop music. You know, it's something I always did, but it's like, man, if I get to the point where like I can't even drop music because this is somebody else's control, you know. And yeah, but I just never really liked anything I offered. I even like dream labels, like dream deals. Like, I mean, the structure wasn't what I wanted, but I mean, I just always had faith in myself, and I just always felt like, you know, I go back to the drawing board and stir it back up until, you know, I get an offer that makes sense.
Right. Well, at least, you know, now obviously things are working out. You know, you got the buzz, you got this amazing release, you got this amazing project out. And I also peeped that you started this thing with audio. You know, you have a great relationship with Audiomack, of course.
Absolutely. Shout out to Audiomack.
Yeah, shout out to them. And I saw you guys did this thing called Good Luck Fridays back in December. Yeah. And what was up with that? Because I know you're dropping music and whatnot, but what was kind of like the ins and outs of that partnership with them?
Yeah, so I was just like, man, I'm an overthinker, bro. I be sitting on mad music. And I'm just like, man, fuck it. Let me try something I never done. Let me drop every Friday all year and see how that works. And man, I probably dropped I dropped every Friday up until like last week. But then it just started getting like, it was taken away from me working on the album. You know, because now I'm like in the studio every week cooking up
the next week's record.
And then, you know, being that it's just records we're putting out and not putting a whole bunch of marketing dollars into it, you know, I can't use album material shit. So it just kind of had me, you know. So I had to just disconnect, and I'm about to go to the Bahamas for like 2 weeks and lock in and work on the album over there and get those vibes.
That's kind of dope. But like I also saw that you did like this exclusive release situation with Dios Mio, right? On Audiomack?
Yeah, on Audiomack. Yeah. Yo, Audiomack, honestly, bro, they're like, I feel like it might be the platform that benefits new artists the most. You know, like, it's not really hard to get their support. You know, they got the pitching tool for like playlisting and all that stuff in the trending. And it's actually somebody listening who says, okay, this is dope. You know, it's easier to reach the platform.
Right. Because I even saw didn't something happen like a few months ago where their streams now count for charting as well?
For
like
charting,
on Billboard and whatnot?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, for new artists who are watching this, what would you? I mean, obviously you said Audiomack's a great recommendation, but what would you recommend them to do? I guess to kind of use Audiomack to their advantage.
Yeah, man, because number one, it's a huge platform with a lot of active listeners on it. But I just feel like there's not really another platform that's supporting new artists as much as Audiomack, you know?
Right. Yeah, no,
And
I
that's
see.
no shade. That's just I'm just being honest.
Yeah, no, I see them. Like I see, aside from yourself, I see a lot of my people who are doing music and whatnot. They use
Yeah,
Audiomack, and they get on like a lot of cool and dope playlists on there too, and they
yeah,
be charting as well.
yeah.
And I think
It's
that's
dope.
awesome. And you know, you also told me we got something on the way with Benny the Butcher, which I'm extremely excited for.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is going on there?
Man, you know, so that's like one of my favorite guys right now. And man, this next project is gonna be like a rap album. Like, you know, it's gonna be all rap records, like real rap. And I want to work with all the guys that I think can rap, and I want to show the world like, bro, I can rap. I can keep up with all of these guys.
Right.
You know, I could make records like Dios Mio, but I'm a rap at the end of the day. I'm an MC. Like I came from battling. So I think this next album, like, it's gonna be my best rap album.
So this album, it's an entire body of work that's gonna be all rap. Obviously, you know,
Justice League is producing the whole thing.
dope. How did that kind of situation come about?
Well, you know, they're from Florida, so we knew of each other for years. Obviously, you know, they're legends. And then my A&R PJ would send me beats from them.
Okay.
And I was just like, man, obviously he'd be like, yo, here, you can rap on this, but like obviously you can't drop it. So I'd be rapping, I'd be like, man, like I can't wait to like be with a label so I can use these kind of beats. And then you know, I started sending stuff over, and I'm with 1RPM now in distribution, and it turns out that my guy Orlando, who brought me over there, he manages Justice League.
Oh wow!
So we formally made the introduction, and then now I can rap on Justice League beats, and then now we're doing an album together.
What was the conversation about, like them entirely producing the project?
So my manager, Snake, ATL Snake, when they did Dios Mios and No Cosign on the last album.
Okay.
And Snake was like, yo, y'all work good together. Like I spoke to them, they're with doing a full project together.
Right.
And I'm like, word. So yeah, I think this is definitely that one.
And you know, I know Snake. I follow him on Instagram, and I know he works with Coy. That'll be cool if y'all got to do a joint together too.
Yeah, that'll be fire.
That'll be and I'm excited for this project because, you know, aside from obviously the Benny, I feel like you know, you're at a point now where you're in a great space. You know, you have a beautiful daughter, and like you're at this point where you're just kind of like happy, and we could get back to like you know, positive music, positive bars, and just, you know, good vibes all around.
Right. Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, what, like people gotta understand, like my music is a reflection of like what I'm at. So if you look at it, even from like my early mixtapes all the way back to like 2011, it's all a story of like everything that I went through. You know, so right now I'm just at that, man. I'm just at that level up period, like creating generational wealth, you know, multiple business owner, multiple streams of revenue, and you're gonna hear that through the music, you know.
Right. Well, this is all very exciting. So obviously, new project on the way. Video for Dios Mio remix with French Montana on the way. Yeah. What else do the people got to be on the lookout for you for the rest of this year? And when can we possibly expect the project? Because I know we're gonna go record it, but what are you feeling on like the timeline on everything?
Man, it's probably looking like the fall.
Okay.
But I'll drop. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely drop music and singles for the summer. But the album will definitely be ready by the fall, and you know, I'm gonna go big on features on this one, and yeah, man.
Well, yo, this is all very exciting. You know, congratulations on all the success you've achieved so far.
You,
I'm very excited for this project. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know more about your story and you know what you've overcome, it's so amazing to see where you are now. And I'm happy for you. And I'm very excited to see, you know, what this project does for you, because I already know it's gonna be amazing.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that, man. For real. I appreciate that.
Before we go, let the people know where they can follow you at. Anything else you want to let them know? Anything else you want to throw in there? Now is the time to go ahead and do it.
Man, just stay tuned, man. It's Good Luck Forever Records. It's the boy Bizzy Crook. Make sure y'all follow me on Bizzy Crook, BizzyCrook. We got a lot of stuff coming up, man. You know, we working.
Yeah, make sure you go follow him. Make sure you check out the Dios Mio remix. Make sure you check out the video when it comes out, and be on the lookout for that new project dropping this fall.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Until next time, Bizzy Crook on the
My
radar,
guy.
baby.